Thank you, Ms. Southwell, and a pleasant good evening to everyone. As of Monday, 4th May, the World Health Organization reports 3,407,747 cases of COVID-19, with just over 238,000 deaths. To date, 318 persons have been sampled and tested, with 15 confirmed positive, 281 confirmed negative, and 22 results pending. 8 confirmed cases have recovered, and to date, we have 0 deaths. Currently, 55 persons are quarantined in a government facility, while 3 persons are quarantined at home. 7 persons remain in isolation, while 743 persons have been released from quarantine. This evening, I would like to share some information on how persons with disabilities can cope with this COVID-19 outbreak. Disability alone may not equate to a higher risk for being infected by COVID-19. However, research shows that persons with disabilities are more likely to be in low-income and insecure work, isolated, and might be at higher risk of infection or severe illness because of their underlying medical conditions. Some disability groups that may be at an increased risk of becoming infected are 1. Persons with limited mobility or who cannot avoid coming into contact with others who may be infected, for example, their caregivers or their family members. 2. Persons who have trouble understanding information or practicing preventative measures such as hand washing and social or physical distancing. And 3. Persons who may not be able to adequately communicate symptoms of illness. In addition to practicing the everyday preventative actions such as hand washing, coughing or sneezing into a tissue and discarding, and wearing a cloth mask in public, persons with disabilities who have caregivers can help to protect themselves from respiratory illness in the following ways. 1. Ask your caregiver if they are experiencing any symptoms of COVID-19 or if they have been in contact with someone who has COVID-19. 2. Ensure that your caregiver wash their hands when they enter your home, before and after touching you, handling tissues, or when changing linens or doing laundry. And finally, ensure that your caregiver clean and disinfect frequently touched objects and surfaces, such as countertops, tabletops, doorknobs, equipment such as wheelchairs, walkers, or canes, as well as communication boards or any other assistive device. There are a number of things persons with disabilities can do to cope with this outbreak. Plan what you will do if you or your caregiver becomes ill. Create a contact list of family, friends, neighbors, and local service agencies that can provide support. Plan at least 2 ways of communicating from home and work that can be used rapidly in an emergency. Write down this information and keep it with you. And have enough household items and groceries to be comfortable staying at home for a few days or weeks, at least a 30-day supply of over-the-counter or prescription medications, and any medical equipment or supplies that you might need. Take a picture or photocopy any prescriptions, as this may help in obtaining medications in an emergency situation. For persons with disabilities, having a strong support system is important. Employers, teachers, healthcare providers, family and friends can help by allowing them as much practical and emotional leeway as possible to cope as recommended and as they themselves may need. Remember, your actions count. If you live and/or work with a person with a disability, or if you assist, care for, or serve persons with disabilities, please take the risk to their health seriously and be extra careful with your own precautions so you can remain healthy and able to help. Thank you.